You're listening to Force Fed Digital. BX you heard.
Damas y caballeros, bienvenidos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of The Art of Bounce, a partnership between Force Fed Digital and TURN, the United Ronin Networks. I am Ralph Anthony Garcia, also known as R4. This week on the Art of Bounce podcast, or Bounce for short, we continue the three-way meeting between myself, the Elder God Ed Denis, and the young Professor Food. The contemplation of our rightful compensation. I fear we will be stuck like moisture in condensation if we don't speak out now. I mean, everybody else is raising their rates, so why not we? We were at 20 years ago, my peoples. What are we gonna do? Wait another 2 decades before something happens? Me and my ilk all feel the same way, and so should you if you're donning the black to go out into that night. So, of course we're gonna feel some kind of way. Anybody I know feels the exact same way. So let us tell it while y'all listen in.
Thinking about that, a couple weeks ago, somebody called the cops on me while I was working. You know what happened? Drunk patron, right? Doing my job. I told homeboy, you gotta go. Trying to push me. I just gave him a shove out the door, like nudged him. Trying to claim he fell to the ground. So I called the police. We'll have you arrested. You know what I said? I said to him, I got up in his face. I said, listen, I want the 911 operator to hear me. I want the fucking cops to come. When the cops came on the scene, let me tell you what happened.
Well, not to cut you off, but let me just tell you something. Just a bit of advice. Whenever anybody threatens to call police and you see them on their phone, because you know sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but when they're actually making that call, even the police shows up on the scene. You do yourself a favor. You make a cross complaint and you call police also. Somebody responded to that job. You said, no, they responded to someone else. I'm making my own separate report. I'm making a cross complaint. Can you send somebody else? Never, ever just let one side of the story be heard, because guess what? Those cops that responded when they did it wrong, they still on his side because that's the job they came out for. So you never trip yourself up and start talking to those cops that they called.
And I finish up, Brother Ed, because this guy, he going around calling people around the bar. He thought it was a gay bar.
Wow.
He had about 30 people going to kick his ass. The Irish man was walking him out. The Irish man kicked him in his butt. You know, like, you ever kick somebody in the butt?
Straight foot in the ass. He would deserve it, too.
Yo, the gay guy called the cops. I took a picture of the dude that called it on me. I took a picture of him. Yeah, I took a picture of him. He tried to take pictures of me, this gay dude, because I pushed him. But I gave him a nudge because he was holding on to the door and he didn't want to let go. I had about 30 witnesses. Plus, I had a criminal defense attorney in that bar with me that night, because I'm cool with a few of them.
Okay.
Also, the criminal defense attorney came out and said, a white lady, all the time. He was just doing his job. So when the cops asked me who I was, I pulled out my little PBA card. I said, listen, my aunt, she's on the job, blah, blah, blah. A word? Oh, you good. Don't worry about it. He got disorderly conduct ticket for being drunk in public. Yeah, because he's going around starting shit with people in the bar. He thought it was the gay bar. It's a straight f***ing bar. And at the end of the day, like I tell you, I make sure when the cops came, once the cops come on the scene, everything's at a halt. But thank you for the advice, Ed, so I can prepare a cross-complaint next time in the future.
Yeah, because especially, listen, let me tell you something. There's 3 cards that you don't want to be dealt while you're playing security/bouncer. First card, race card. You don't want to be dealt that card. Second card, the gay card. You don't want to go across any kind of gay issues, implications. Oh, my gay rights was this and my gay rights was that. And the third card, sexual assault or misconduct. You don't want to go through any 3 of those cards, especially. Those are the top trump cards. That's your little joker, big joker, and deuce of diamonds. And you, your company, and whatever venue you're working at. So that's why sometimes, when somebody starts talking about gay, I always tell them I got gay relatives, and guess what? I'll show you my Instagram and Facebook. I got pictures with them all too. I don't have nothing to say about gay. Oh, you're black this or white that. Dude, listen, you talk about race. I see there's only one human race. If you call me racist, it's impossible. I only know of one race and I'm part of it. You have a good day. I'm part of the human race. Hue means color. Race is what we're part of. End of the day, where I'm racist at. So you take that shit over there. Now, as far as sex is, listen, you came in here. You felt the way. I didn't give you your way. You're running away with what you thinking is okay to say. It's not working. Understand this. Before I look at a person that looks like you, I'd rather look at Pornhub 5 times on my bathroom break. Okay, but at the end of the day, I'm not worrying about you. You see, I will throw you off from the same ledge you're trying to throw me off before I fall, because it's not going to work out. I already know the tactics. I already know the issues. I already know the body language, the conversation. Never look at the person that's in front of you starting the crap. Look who's around you recording.
People got a bad habit of recording now, y'all.
Recording is not no joke.
But it's also illegal.
But people are trying to go viral every day, though. Every day.
I want, the day I ever go viral, I'm looking for every bit of information, because there's no Freedom Act that says that you can record me without telling me you're recording me, okay? Especially if there's sound. If there's sound and you recording my words, again, why do you think there's only motion recording and they got to tell you if they're recording sound on post? That is a violation of your privacy. So on topics like this, we have to be aware of it. We have to be aware of that, because this is what we run into. I had a gentleman the other night trying to record my coworker as they arguing. They arguing back and forth about entrance. And we're telling him, sir, you're visibly drunk. His argument was, what do you come to the bar for? I said, you come to the bar to listen to music. You come to the bar to meet people. You come to the bar to eat the peanuts if they have them on the bar. If they have hookah, you can smoke hookah. If they have wings, you can eat wings. And you can use the bathroom at the bar. But necessarily, you don't have to come here to drink. So if you was trying to tell me you're coming to my bar and that's your purpose and sole reason, you're wrong. I said, if you're pre-gaming, do it to a limit where it's not noticeable, because me seeing you're visibly drunk and letting you into the venue is me taking risk and liability of what happens to you forward. So I can't take or run that risk. If you're drunk, have a good day. Apparently, you already started. So go finish where you started or finish somewhere else, but you're not going to do it here tonight. Again, have a good day.
People always have the nerve to come from somewhere else, visibly and stinkingly drunk, hoping to get into the next place.
I mean, I understand if you had a problem around the corner because the bartender probably watered down her drinks, and you come over to us and this is what you explained to me. Say, listen, dude, man, I was around the corner. They watered down my drinks. You know, you come at me a certain way, but you try to just like slither in and I see, oh, dude, you're already drinking. So what do you think I'm supposed to do in the bar? Okay, you got to go. Because, again, this is my rule of thumb. I will always emphasize this. If you lose the door, you will lose the floor. And losing the door just doesn't mean the strength. It's the respect. If you're willing to mess around with a 6-foot-plus bouncer, 300-plus pounds, plus his coworker who's standing right next to him, who's probably standing a 7-feet skyscraper, and you don't care about them two, what makes you think you're not going to go into this bar, probably grab some asses or push on a hookah guy or girl?
I got to say, Ed, man, a lot of it got to do, food, a lot of it has to do with the music these days. The lyrics in these records, I remember a couple of them. Let's set it on the bouncer. Okay.
Yeah.
Come set it on me, motherfucker.
That whole hood, that kid, whatever was his name, Eagle Hit, whatever.
Eagle Hit. Yeah.
Yeah, he talking about, the bouncers and all this. You know what? The word DJ means disc jockey. That means just moving the disc around. Yes. And the MC, who's the master of the ceremony, who's the mic controller, is the one who also dictates the movement of the crowd. A lot of people think that MCs and rappers is one and the same. They're not.
No.
MC is the mic controller at a party, which now we call a hype man.
Right.
That's the MC. The rapper is the one that...
the ringleader. Ringmaster.
The rapper is one who actually spits his poetry over a beat. You know what? Take the two words, beat and rap. When somebody raps you across your head, they're hitting you. When somebody beats you across the head, they're hitting you. So rap and beat is one and the same. So a rapper is just another way of saying, a short-term of saying, somebody who shows their poetic techniques over a beat, not to go off subject. Let's focus. Focus on the simplicities of this whole conversation. The compensation. I can't stress that enough.
If you got me looking after celebrities, that ought to count for something. If you got me watching the door, that ought to count for something. Like I said before, this is not going to compensate us going to the emergency room when we get hurt. Huh?
Yeah, look what you just said. Knees from football injuries. That plays a toll on you when you stand in there. It plays a toll on you. I'll wait. We have to go from 0 to 100 in 0.2 seconds. So even if you're 300 pounds, you have to move through these crowds like you're 130 pounds.
That's right.
Because with me, before I work in any bar, nobody really knows this, but I'm willing to share this tonight, and I think a lot of guys need to share this. I always go to the bartenders and to the owners, what's your policy with the compensation on drinks spilled? What do you mean? Okay, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Juggernaut, but that's who I become when something's happening on the floor and I have to make it through the crowd. I knock everybody down. Everybody goes flying like pins. Yeah, I'm going to have a couple of people dropping their drinks and their hookah. Now, I need to know, do you guys compensate? Because it's going to happen. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I will mention the name. I worked at 42nd Street. I had 3 levels. You know it, food. You worked there with me.
Oh, yeah, don't remind me. I remember.
There's levels to that club. It's so many dips and steps and ramps and turns and corners. Yeah. So just imagine. I'm in the back. I'm taking care of a situation on 42nd Street. The situation happens on 41st Street, but the upstairs part. I'm head of security, so when everything happens, all you hear on the radio is Ed. Code red, upstairs. Code red, that means everybody except for the 5 men post has to interact situation. Running through the crowd, I swear I have to knock down at least 30 people.
Speaking about knocking people down, I remember, you remember back in the days?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I remember. Go ahead.
I remember the situation, and I heard Code Red, and I knocked about 20 people. Do you know the following week I got chewed out by fucking, I'm going to say All Season Protection Services? Oh, you can't do that to customers. How the telling me, say if a situation and it's like 500 people, you know?
Let me tell you, one of the worst situations, I was working a spot in Harlem, and a gentleman, actually, it was an artist. He grabbed a handful of tea on the bartender. And I'm across the room, and I think out of the 27 bouncers that was working there that night, I think I'm the only one that spotted that. Not because I was looking at her titties. Because I seen the dude moving funny the whole night. One of those looking at people in the faces, jacket halfway open, got a bottle of Moet with the same cup for the past half hour. So I'm looking at him moving funny. He's there like with 2 other dudes, and he's like, yo, 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 every 5 minutes, yo, 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 moving all sluggish. And he slams the bar with the bottle, and he's saying something to the girls. The girl's like backing up, and I start walking forward, and he reaches over and grabs her breast. Between me and him was probably like another 15 people. One guy, I hit him. I guess he was more embarrassed that he fell than he was actually upset. So when he fell, he rolled off of a table, jumped up. He's chasing behind me while I'm running towards the bar and grabs me. So instinctively, he ended up in the ER. I ended up in the ER removing a tooth out of my elbow.
Damn.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like this. I'm on my way to the fight. I bump into him. He gets up. He's grabbing me like aggressively. I don't know who's behind me now. So instinctively, I swing. Now, he goes down again, but this time he's knocked out. I make it to the bar, grab a dude, throw the dude out. The girls all totally nervous, screaming, red face, oh God, whatever. So I'm like, wow. I mean, the dude ended up getting arrested because we did have cameras, and they did see what I did because he was trying to say I punched him in the face. I said, no. He grabbed me from behind, bro. But the dude that grabbed the girl got arrested. The dude that I hit, they was like asking me if I wanted to press charges because he grabbed me aggressively. You know, they seen that it was a mistake, and they seen when I turned around, I put my hand in a motion, and I was saying, sorry, my bad. And I kept going forward. It's like he didn't want to accept that apology and just came at me and grabbed me. Now, again, it was a situation that became bigger and worse because the dude grabbed me. And it was an aggressive situation because I had to hit him to get him off me to deal with the situation. But you want to hear what's the moral of that whole story?
Come on.
Still, while all that took place, only one guard responded out of 27 guards.
See, we need to address that. What the is wrong with you fucking guys? Yo, don't you know people could get killed with that cowardice? What the did you decide to become a bouncer for? If you're going to be one out of 27 motherfuckers to run to the bathroom when goes down, and let alone, 10 other motherfuckers not jumping in? 15? That's scary.
Wow, me and Fu was just talking about that. We just talked about that where you got these big guys walking and you look around, a fight breaks out. It's the small guys responding. And you turn around, the big guys is looking like they part of the damn crowd. So what are you doing? Just holding the crowd back? Because that's what they were. Nah, we was making sure you was okay. Listen, I'd rather you next to me and I'll make sure you okay while you making sure I'm A-okay. You know how many times this happened to me? I told you the story. I was working this reggae lounge up in Mount Vernon. I got into a fight with 3 gentlemen. Not gentlemen, assholes.
Animals.
I got jumped. Luckily, my weight and my skills were up to par because I beat the shit out of 3 of them, and I ended up having to disrespect one of my fellow men in black because he's going to tell me as I'm looking down, throwing one of the guys down, he's looking at me, and after the whole melee, there's a certain way we handle things up here. You know, that was uncalled for. Why you didn't call for backup? I said, after you try to punch me in my face, there is no call. It's handle my business. That's instinct. Now, at the end of the day, you sit there and watch the whole fight because I texted him. And I said, my man, so what did you see? Oh, I see what this happened, that happened, that. So wait a minute. You watched that much and didn't get involved? I would have been more happy if he said, the only thing I see was when you was grabbing the last guy and bringing him to me. You would have said that, I would have been as mad. But you tell me blow for blow, detail by detail, what you seen in the whole full, what felt like 3 hours of a fight, and it was probably like 2 minutes.
Yes.
Now, at the end of the day, I mean, Ralph, you old school, Food, you old school. I took the page, slammed it on the floor, and I said to my boy, who was the head of security, I said, my man, me and him are sharing that pay, but the only thing he's getting is the envelope.
That's
no
right.
You pay him, me and you have a problem. So he looked at me and told the dude, no, I don't know what happened, but you can't, da-da-da. He fired him. And I told the dude, I'm not going to put my hands on you like I should, like everybody else wants to and wants me to. I'm going to do this better. Don't ever let me see you dressed in black working anywhere. I don't care if you watching kids popping each other with rubber bands. I'm going to make sure you walk out of there, all right? Never. I guess he tested my whole entire theory. I walk into this party maybe like about 2 years later. I see him there. I come back outside. I put my gloves on. I come back in. Head of security is like, what's up, Ed? I said, nah, there's somebody here who can't work tonight. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, I'll tell you after they leave. But as for now, if they stay here, you're going to have to escort me out of this place. So my man called up all the security, and before he called him up, dude left. I said, I told him the story. I explained to him what happened. So that was a safety issue, man. I said, you know I don't play that. I said, because that could have been you. That could have been anyone else, but it was me. And I feel a way behind that. I don't think that man should ever get money while he's wearing black, you know? And I mean that for sure. Even if the guy's securing supermarket and something pops off, you feel safe with him protecting your mothers, sisters, and brothers while they in that supermarket, he's their first line of defense? No, because he's going to say, oh, there's a procedure. No, there's not. I mean, we all have to follow certain rules and regulations. But when it comes to instinct, we jump. We jump. I mean, right now, Ralph, you know where I work at. Next door, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
As much as an idiot asshole this guy can be, when his bouncers move, I know most of them personally. Most of them guys has worked for me in other venues. They move, I move. It's instinct. So the guy I work for, oh, you can't do that. Listen, bro, I understand what you're talking about, but it's instinct, man. When I see that black moving, I move. I could be dressed in my jeans. I could be walking by a spot. If an issue pops, I'm in there. Your family, I'm good. You understand what I'm saying?
So, where's the lies, girls and guys? Now you see why. And there's more to be discussed here on the Bounce Pod. Please follow the podcast on Force-Fed Digital wherever you stream your favorite programs, including Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Spotify, just to name a very few. And you may also visit YouTube to listen to the Art of Bounce podcast. Please leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe today. While on YouTube, visit the music channel at RGMC 2407 and please join TURN, the United Ronin Networks, to listen to the exclusive, uncensored versions of the Art of Bounce podcast. You may connect with me at www.solo.to/RGMC 2407. Hit up my PayPal, Cash App, X, Instagram. Write me an email through Gmail at RGMC2407. R4 sends you and yours all the love in the world from New York City. Now, if you're at your city and hitting the town for that nightlife, if you see a man or woman in black doing what they're supposed to do, show them some love, y'all. Cause trust and believe, when a bouncer is true to their work, they will go all out to make sure you and yours are having a good time while being paid nickels and dimes. Feel secure. Be safe.